That's Miami, and that's Biscayne Bay. I come out here and sail about every single week, and every time I'm out there, I see a bunch of trash floating in the water. Cans and bags and shirts and styrofoam, a million bottle caps, and way too much drugs and alcohol. Tiny little Ziploc bag with a little bit of white residue at the top. I wonder what this would be used for in Miami. So after paddling to one of the islands in the bay, the plan was simple. Number 1, clean as much trash as I possibly can. Number 2, try to get a better understanding of the problem and why it's so difficult to solve it. It is uncomfortably easy to fill up an entire bag of trash. I've only been out here for like 15 minutes maybe, and I already filled up one bag. It's kind of hard to capture how much trash there really is out here. I didn't really know what to expect, but it's definitely worse than I expected. Giant iguana just scared the hell out of me. He just decides to jump up out of nowhere. Fill up my third bag, and I was gonna come back here and say that I found the most disgusting thing, which are these two bottle things with something disgusting in it, and one of them, I don't know what it says. Not enough social media lately. And then, I kid you not, right next to where I found those two bottles, I found this thing. It's a little container that says, "Open me." And there's a little note inside. I was literally just thinking it would be hilarious to find a note in a bottle, and I found a note in a bottle like 5 minutes right after I was thinking that. It's probably gonna be something really stupid, but I'm gonna open it at the end of the video. But for now, I have to keep picking up trash because there's way more stuff back there. It's disgusting. Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws. Except for littering, I guess. I finished up on this first island. I dropped off all the trash back on shore. Now I'm heading over there to that second island. Not even on shore yet, and I already see it covered in trash. My God. There's even a trash can, but no trash in the trash can. It's all on the beach. What I think happens is that people go to the beach, they throw out their trash over there, and then when the tide picks it up on that side, it takes it out offshore, and then when the tide comes in again, it comes and fills up Biscayne Bay with all that trash, and it ends up on these islands and all along the shore in the mangroves. I just spent like 30 minutes cleaning up a million bottle caps that were all over here, and there's still bottle caps everywhere and little bits of plastic like this. I know everyone knows this, but this is what happens. The plastic gets into all these little tiny pieces, and then it just breaks up even further until it basically ends up in some fish's mouth somehow, and then it ends up in our mouth. My motivation for doing this was mostly just because every single time I'm out there sailing, there's trash in the water. We always see trash floating around. You can probably ask anyone that sails out in Biscayne Bay. It's ridiculous. I didn't really want to make this like a preachy video or anything like that, because I know that everyone out there already knows to throw away their trash, recycle, and all that sort of thing. It kind of happens. It ends up in the ocean. When you go to the beach, you see that the beaches are all super nice and clean, and so you think that, oh wow, Miami's so nice and beautiful. But the reality is, like, there's hotels there, so all those hotels want to keep their beaches clean so they get more visitors. You go to those places, they're beautiful because people get paid to clean them there. Most of it is just tiny little pieces. So I could literally be out here on this one island for like 3 days straight trying to pick up all the little pieces of plastic, and I still wouldn't get it all. I really don't know what to do about it, and I don't think anyone else knows what to do about it either. On one hand, I feel pretty accomplished because I picked up a ton, but on the other hand, when I left that other island, it felt like no one had picked up anything because there was still that much more left. I really think it's just all of it's washing up from being out in the bay, which sucks because the fishing in Biscayne Bay and in Miami is already dead. And now with all this trash in the water, we're gonna make sure it never comes back. So last 2 bags, time to head home. What I'm looking at, dude, it's not that people are throwing trash out in the island, you know, it's just, it's out in the bay.
Exactly.
When the tide comes in, it just fills in.
It fills it in, that's exactly right.
Yeah, because it's not, you can tell it's not trash from the island, it's just, it's stuff that's been in the water for a whole bunch of time. And so actually I'm gonna shout you guys out in the video, and then there's a bunch of other groups, you know, out here doing that stuff. You know,
see a whole bunch of
there's Fill a Bag that does this, they put the buckets out by Key Biscayne and all that
Fill a Bag, there's a whole bunch of
organizations. There's a whole bunch of organizations, and it's still ridiculous how much there is, like every single. But here's the crazy thing, I'd be picking up the bags and then I was loading them onto my kayak, and as I'm loading them on, like floating plastic would just come by, and I'd be like picking it up and putting it in the trash.
I know. Sometimes it gets a little depressing and overwhelming.
Yeah. So I've been packing up the kayak to go drop off all this stuff on shore. More of it keeps floating in. This is like the 3rd wrapper that I pick up while I've been packing this up. So that guy's name is David, and he's part of a group called Focus Miami, and them and a couple of other groups, which I'll tag them all below, do a whole bunch of beach cleanups and, you know, stuff like that to pick up ocean plastic. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, and if you're in the South Florida area, then get in touch with them. Now it's time to find out what's inside of this thing. So now it's actually the following day, but I haven't opened it and read it yet. Okay, here we go. I've always wanted to find a note in a bottle. It says, "Open me," and then there's like some sort of happy face. Open me. I honestly don't really have any high expectations for this. Best case scenario, it's a treasure map. Most likely scenario, it's just something silly. Okay. That's weird. Okay, so here's what it says. Hi, future friend. If this message gets to anyone, please send an email to blank. Hope this letter goes far. Can't wait to meet whoever gets it. Doris, A-K-A-R-E-D, or R-E-O. So this was a month before I found it, so it wasn't out there too long before I found it. Honestly, when I first found it, this is pretty much what I expected it to say, something along those lines, like just someone that wrote a note and was expecting for someone to find it and then get a message back from that person to then figure out what happened with the note. The thing is, after seeing how all the trash from the bay like just ends up on those islands, this was probably just thrown out by someone in Miami, and then it just floated back into Biscayne Bay. So that's probably what happened. And then it just ended up along with all the other trash and got picked up by me. So, all right, that's it. So I'm going to send that guy an email, and whatever happens, I'm going to post an update video on my TikTok. So follow me there if you want to see that. Hey, Miami, stop throwing drugs in the water.